Monday I had a really bad day trading. I made 4 or 5 trades. I think I lost every single trade. A couple of them I got a little frustrated, sized up too big. It was a pretty ugly day on Monday.
I like that you mentioned, you have a tally marks. A lot of people judge their mistakes only by their losses. And I like to talk about how even if I have a profit, I can still make mistakes. Maybe I took profits too quickly. Maybe I was too aggressive. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that? Where the mistakes can be made anywhere?
Anywhere, yeah, and you've got to be honest with yourself on the trades, like when you're looking back on it.
And they should be reviewed.
It's not whether it was a profit or a loss. It's, you look at your process and how did you get to that end result?
Thank you for saying that. It's so tough because sometimes I say I took a loss, but it was a good loss. It was best case scenario. And then I get some trolls and they're like, how is a loss a good loss? What are you teaching? But that's the reality of the situation. Sometimes, stuff happens. You can't control it. All you can do is focus on your risk, focus on following your plan, and that's a good loss.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely, yeah.
And sometimes you have a gain, but you shouldn't have been in that trade. Maybe you broke a few rules, and that is a bad gain. Yeah. It's not just about profit and loss. And this is, how do I get people to understand this? Because they're very focused on money, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know that you turn off your profit and loss column. I was actually mentioning that today. I made $2,000. I sold a little too soon, then I sold actually pretty well. Stock tanked by the end of the day on TTCM. I was happy with that because I sold near the top. But I can't turn off my profit and loss thing. How do you not turn off your profit and loss column but still judge a trade based on your own plan and execution rather than just money?
Well, I think the first thing is you got to kind of expand your mindset a little bit. You're not just focused on what are today's results, because it's really easy to get caught up in that. You want every day to be green, you want to feel like you had a nice win today. But really, I've always tried to think more in weeks or think in months, so that one day I don't cave into that pressure, feeling I've got to make something happen.
Yeah.
And when you widen that mindset, that's when you'll start to also notice mistakes a little bit more, because you get to the end of a day and you're not just okay, I was green and I'm happy I'm green, but I broke 3 rules along the way, because that's going to catch up with you at the end of a week or at the end of a month. Because sure, that one trade worked out, but 3, 4, 5 trades later at the same setup, if you're doing the same thing, you're probably going to be red overall. So
you kind of have to look at a wider, bigger, data set.
Exactly, yeah.
So when you were losing your 6 figures, and you and I have talked about this in previous videos, we're actually going to post some videos, some previous interviews where you were heading towards those losses. Even though you didn't have the big losses yet, you had the bad kind of discipline and talk about that.
So this ties into what I was just talking about. I was looking at it in a daily way back then, where I would have a green day and another green day and another green day, and I'd be like, wow, I'm on this great green day streak. I don't want to break that streak.
Yeah.
And then comes the 6-figure loss, and I've wiped out 3 weeks of gains. So that's what I mean by kind of expanding what you're looking at and what you're thinking about.
I like baseball analogies, so I compare it to a pitcher going into the 7th or 8th inning with a no-hitter and thinking, just 1, 2, 3 more innings, and then I have a no-hitter. And then they change the way that they're pitching because they're thinking about their no-hitter.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. And to keep going with that analogy also, a lot of times what we see with those pitchers in those no-hitter situations is they give up the first hit and then they unravel.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're down 5 runs. So
it's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's totally a mental thing.
It's the same pitcher, the same amazing skill, but it's purely mental.
Yeah.
And this is what I want you guys to understand. Some people are what do you do after, 13 losses in a row or 13 wins in a row? What do you do if you have a streak like that, good or bad?
I honestly don't even think about it anymore. That's where I've gotten to. Where I used to focus on that, and I would be really proud of myself for having a streak, but then I'd get too caught up in it, and that would lead to me doing something dumb. So now I don't really think about how many days in a row was I green, how many trades in a row was I green. I'm really trying to start every day as a blank slate, and this week's a great example, because Monday I had a really bad day trading. I made 4 or 5 trades. I think I lost every single trade. A couple of them I got a little frustrated, sized up too big. So it was a pretty ugly day on Monday. And
how much
Tuesday,
did you lose?
It was probably about 50,000. And Tuesday I came out and just was really relaxed and just completely treated it like a fresh day. I was not thinking about making back all of the day before.
Yeah.
there was a good setup I had been in overnight. The stock gapped up nicely for me, and I made back 3/4 of Monday.
Crazy.
Like, and I wasn't holding on to that trade like, oh, I need to get back to break even on the week.
You were just,
I sold when it was time to sell.
Yeah.
Like I was actually out near high day, which was really cool.
So you're just doing, finding your groove again, not thinking about the $50,000 loss.
Yeah, and in the past, I would have gotten really torn up about that big red day.
Yeah.
And I would have had revenge on my mind. I would have had getting back to even on my mind. And it was just kind of nice to be to the point where I've matured a bit and just almost didn't even care.
How do you speed up this maturity level? Because now you're nearly a decade in. You see this as a marathon, not a sprint. You're focused on the process. You're focused on the big scheme. But as a newbie, when you think about like most people watching this, they have friends, family, like being like, why you're penny stock trading? It's a scam.
Yeah.
And so in their minds, they have to make money right away to prove it. Not because they're bad people, not because their friends and family are, bad people. They're just wrong. And that mindset creates this kind of forced
pressure. It puts on a pressure.
How do we get people to overcome that pressure? I mean, we're talking about it. This is good. You're over that pressure.
Yeah.
I'm over that pressure. But you've been trading nearly a decade. I've been trading 2 decades. How do we get someone trading 1, 2, 3 years not to feel that pressure as much?
Oh, I wish I had an easy answer for that. I mean, all I can say is trust the process.
Yeah.
Like, just like I've been saying, like just expand your mindset. Don't think about today. Think about this week. Think about this month. Think about this year. Don't let one day of results, throw you on tilt or anything like that.
And this is why I say it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is why I say have a big goal at the end where, what can you do today, this week, this month to be in a good position 1, 2, 3, 5 years from now. And I know that's not what people want to hear. They're just like, I don't care about 5 years from now. I want the hot pick today.
Yeah.
But you have to look at this. If this is going to make you some, serious money, life-changing money, it's going to take several years. You're not going to make life-changing money on any one trade. Hey, Tim Sykes, millionaire mentor and trader. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope that they help you. I want to share everything that I've learned over the years. You can check out more videos right over there. And also click subscribe so that you can watch all of these videos, get that knowledge, and become my next millionaire student.